From the Rockville campus of Montgomery College in Rockville, Maryland, Montgomery College Television presents NJCAA Women's College Basketball with the Montgomery College Raptors welcoming Northern Virginia Community College. Hi everybody, I'm Michael Brown, and it is my pleasure to welcome in my partner Marcus Rosano for a big night of college basketball here at Montgomery College. Marcus, it's great to be back together again.
Thank you, Michael. This is a special night at Montgomery College. It's a special night for Montgomery College athletics. We're excited to be here. As you can see, I have beads on. It's a special occasion, and as always, I'm thrilled to be alongside the voice of Montgomery College athletics, you, Mr. Michael Brown.
Well, it is a special night here at Montgomery College. Just a little bit ago in a pregame ceremony, we got to witness the debut of the new MC mascot, the Raptor, and then we got to see the unveiling of the new MC Raptors logo. It was quite a night.
What a night for the Montgomery College community. We've pretty much turned to a new chapter. There is no more Griffins, there's no more Knights, and there's no more Falcons at the three campuses. There will always be the records and the legendary names, and the pace that they set for this athletic program and for this college. But now we're one college. Everybody on this campus, at all three campuses, are going to wear one color. We're going to have purple on. The student body is alive with purple, and this Raptor mascot and this Raptor logo look awesome. I hope everybody got to see the pregame show that we had here, because this is really a special and exciting night here.
And now we've got a big basketball doubleheader ahead of us. In the opener, we've got the Montgomery College women taking on the Nova women. And then in the nightcap, we've got the MC men versus the Nova men. And with the opener just moments away, I know both of us are pretty excited about this Montgomery College women's team. They're nationally ranked. They have a lot more height than they've ever had before, a lot of new players, and they're off to a strong start this season.
Well, we're talking about the Region 20 champions and the district champions from a year ago, but they've got 12 new players. So you might say that that's a rebuilding team for Coach Tarla Gasquet, but it's probably more of a reloading team because, like you said, they're very, very talented. They have two returning players in the starting lineup, in Angelica Saccone and Megan Tillman, who tend to be the glue, but they have big-time player coming in by the name of Nicole Cunningham. She's a talent. We're going to see her tonight.
And we're going to talk a lot more about Nova and their team before we, as the game unfolds. But first, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the national anthem after this.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today. Spring classes begin January 27th.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Inspirational.
Spectacular. Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excellent.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity.
Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where the Raptors are about to take the court against Nova. This is Michael Brown alongside Marcus Rosano, and now for our national anthem, sung by MC student and star of this year's Summer Dinner Theater production of The Wiz, Awa Sao Seka.
Thank you. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Wow, Marcus, what a version.
That was very impressive.
That was Awa Sao Seka. She's a Montgomery College student, and as I said before, she was the star of this summer's summer dinner production of The Wiz. And now we are just about to meet the starters for both teams. And we'll start with the Northern Virginia team. This team has been off to a good start this year, Marcus. They're 4-2.
Yeah, their coach is pretty impressed with them so far. Unfortunately, tonight they're very, very undermanned. They come in bringing only 6 healthy players. So, and we know Coach Gasquet's team is very deep.
And here we are.
Washington. A 5'5" freshman guard, number 4, Jasmine Orsted. A 5'7" freshman guard, number 5, Joni Finney. A 6-foot freshman forward, number 10, Raven Jones. And a 5'7" freshman guard, number 12, Anna Walker. Assistant coach, Uchenna Easy. Head coach, Wayne Vincent.
And the head coach of Nova is Wayne Vincent.
And now, let's meet
ready to meet the starters
your
for Montgomery
College Lady Raptors. A 5'5" freshman guard, number 4, Jabria Smith. A 6-foot freshman forward, number 11, Kiara McKillery. A 5'8" sophomore guard, number 23, Angelica Ciccone. A 5'9" forward and guard, sophomore, number 32, Megan Pilgman. And a 6'2" freshman center, number 40, Nicole Cunningham. Assistant coaches, Melissa Weissman, Lakeisha Gaither, and Pat Carden. Head coach, Tarlo Gasquet. Today's officials, Renee Tyson, Ponce Gerald.
Season as head coach of the MC Raptors, Tarla Gasquet. And Marcus, what a winner she has built here.
And people around the country are really learning a lot about Montgomery College women's basketball in the last couple of years. She is the NJCAA Division III active leader in wins. That says something right there.
And we are just about ready to jump center and get things underway. We've got jumping center for Montgomery College is Nicole Cunningham, and number 10 for Northern Virginia, and that is Raven Jones. There's our starters for Montgomery College, and there's our brand new mascot, the Raptor. And he is strutting his stuff as we are ready for tip-off. Montgomery College against Northern Virginia.
That is a good-looking bird.
It is. Great mascot. And there's the jump, and Tillman brings it down. There's Jabria Smith, freshman point guard. Over to Angelica Saccone. There's Smith from the corner, off, no good. Saccone with one of her specialties, an offensive rebound.
We're going to say that quite often tonight, Michael.
There's Tillman with a drive to the hoop, and it goes in.
Megan Tillman has really stepped up her game from last year. She played really well last year, but she has a bad knee. She hurt it last year, but right now she's healthy and she's playing great.
She missed the postseason last year, which greatly impacted MC at the national tournament last year. Here's Anna Walker. She puts it up, no good. McEllery with the rebound. And here's Jabria Smith pushing it up the floor. Going to see a lot of that tonight as well. Smith very quick. Here's Nicole Cunningham. She drives down the lane, stops, and we've got 3 seconds.
Nicole Cunningham was about as highly recruited player as you can get out of Clarksburg High School. She really put together 3 strong years at Clarksburg. She was getting looks from Duke and Maryland, and she took a lot of years off, a few years off for personal reasons, and now she's back.
Here's Jabria Smith. The Raptors over here giving me a neck rub. I'm digging it. I'm loving it.
That's something new that we have at Montgomery College.
That's right.
Raptor massages.
And here comes Nova pushing it up the floor. They like to push it. When the break is there, they'll take it.
But back to Nicole Cunningham. She's really got to find herself as a player again. She was, I think, a 2010 grad, so it's been a few years since she's played real strong, organized basketball. It's not going to happen overnight, but she's so darn talented that by the end of the season, when crunch time, and that's when Coach Gasquet likes to coach these girls up for crunch time, she's going to be a player.
Here's Jabria Smith. Hey, they feed it into Cunningham, but it's taken away there by number 5, John A. Finney. Here's Walker with a nice quick move to Finney. She loses the handle, and we've got a scrum and a foul called on Jabria Smith.
We might get a lot more foul calls tonight than we have in the past because of the new NCAA basketball rule changes. They're calling ticky-tack fouls this year. They want to protect the players, and they want to see a lot more open court running. They don't want to do, bang underneath physical basketball anymore.
There's a steal by Tillman. Megan Tillman is healthy this year. She's in great shape, and I look for her to have a fabulous year. And let me tell you, this kid deserves it. She is such a nice kid.
And
really.
She fills the stat line, too.
And there's Jabria Smith with a 3.
Now that's a nice sign, Michael. You have your point guard who's lightning fast. Usually you got a point guard that can break down the defenders, but she can step back and shoot a 3. That's a big-time shot.
There's a shot off the front of the rim, no good. Cunningham with the rebound. As Montgomery College they're pushing the pace, but not on the break there. Here's Tillman, drives to the hoop. She got hacked, but no call. She's down on the floor, no call. There's Brianna Washington with the ball. She gets it over to Walker for 3.
That was a nice controlled break by Nova. Found the shooter on the wing.
as Anna Walker, who is considered the best all-around player on the team.
She's averaging 15 points a game, shooting 35% from 3. So they want to get her, they want to get Walker involved early as best they can.
She's their number 1 player, talking to Wayne Vincent, the head coach.
And Coach Vincent said he doesn't want to sit here and run with MC, but if he sees a break, he'll take it. But you can't really run when you have 6 healthy players against the roster as deep as MC.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. Jabria gets down on the floor, and that brings up a jump ball.
Yeah, Jabria tried to split the top of the 2-3 zone, and you get in trouble doing that, and she knows that. But she's got hustle. Watch her get back.
Of course, she's a freshman point guard, and of course that point guard, the most difficult position on the floor. So that's a lot of responsibility. She was the captain of her high school team at Washington Latin. She's used to that responsibility.
The talent is obviously there. Coach Gasquet loves the speed, and she loves the heart and the aggression that the kid plays with.
And there's a push. There's one of those ticky-tack fouls we were talking about. Last year, that probably wouldn't have been called. But this year, they, like you said, they're calling a lot more hand checks, a lot more of those types of fouls.
They really want to free up the game a little bit, see some more scoring.
I'm also told that the block charge call has changed quite a bit. Cross-court pass. There's the shot up by Finney. No good. Put back, no good. So far, Nova hanging tough on the boards.
Yeah, Raven Jones is really matching up size well with Nicole Cunningham underneath.
And there's a loose ball. Cunningham comes up with it. Here's Jabria Smith pushing it up the floor, down the lane, and that's a turnover.
Yep, got a little ahead of herself. Angelica was sitting there on the baseline, but Jabria forced it a little bit.
And this is Brianna Washington bringing it up the floor. She's from Potomac High School out of Woodbridge, Virginia. She gets it over in the corner. They move it around the perimeter. There's Washington, no good off the back iron, but a rebound underneath by number 5, John A. Finney.
They're a scrappy bunch, Nova is.
Well, from talking to their coach, that's what I expected.
Yeah,
he's a no-nonsense guy. He says, we know it's a big night for Montgomery College. We don't care. We're not scared.
He shouldn't care.
No.
We'd be mad if he did care about what Montgomery College did tonight. He shouldn't.
It's a big night, the unveiling of the mascot, the unveiling of the new logo. Lots of prizes and surprises throughout the night. You're going to want to stick with us, folks. There's Megan Tillman from 3.
They're gonna force MC to shoot that 3. They're relaxing really deep in that 2-3 zone, and if MC can shoot the 3, it's gonna pull the zone out and open up things for the big girls inside.
Well, Wayne Vincent doesn't like to run the zone, but he told me because of their short roster right now, he has no choice.
You can't run man when you got 6 players, really.
You got to conserve energy, and you got to be careful about fouls. And here comes Montgomery College again. Smith, ooh, that's just a mental error there. Kind of wanted to move with it before she had it. 8-3 here in the early going. 14:43 to go in the first half. Early season doubleheader here tonight. We're bringing you both ends of it. The women kick it off, and then the men play in the nightcap. That's coming up probably around 7:30, 7:45.
Raven Jones is hitting the boards very strong with that putback, in position perfectly off the miss. Offensive rebounds have been strong for Nova early.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Not something Coach Gasquet is going to like when they watch this tape.
Oh, no. That zone has been very effective. There's a shot off the front of the glass, no good. The putback, no good. Here comes Nova. There's Brianna Washington to Walker. Boy, that was executed perfectly.
That was a fine, fast break. That's textbook fast break.
That's exactly how you draw it up.
Nice pass ahead from Janae Finney. She could have taken it to the rack, and she gave it one more pass.
There's the battle. There's McEllery. No good, too hard. And once again, number 10, Raven Jones with the rebound. Now they push it. There's Walker from outside, no good. Rebound, offensive rebound again.
Jasmine Orsted really in the right place at the right time. Grabs the board, goes up strong.
So Nova grabs the lead, 9-8. As Montgomery College, there's McEllery.
Still relaxing in that zone. They're going to try to work it to the blocks with Cunningham, but they can't get it inside.
They're trying to work it inside. And they haven't had a lot of success doing that in the early going here. Number 23, Victoria Bonnet, is in off the bench. There's Megan Tillman. She puts it up and in. That makes it 10-9, and we've got timeout on the floor with 12:33 to go in the first half. And we're going to keep it right here for the timeout.
Hey, Coach Vincent has to be pretty happy in the early going. I mean, 10-9, they grabbed an early lead. Hey, you know, what more can he ask? His girls look like they came to play tonight. They're not going to be worrying about the hoopla that followed what most of them actually saw early on tonight.
No, and there's still hoopla going on around here.
Oh,
we're going to be joined by some special guests during the game, both games actually. And they're giving out all kinds of stuff for the new Raptor mascot.
We had about almost 200 Montgomery College athletes in the house tonight. That's pretty cool.
And boy, there's some great kids over there. Let me tell you that right now. Hard-working kids. Our statistician, Evan Brown, just handed us a very important early stat. Montgomery College with 7 turnovers already.
They have been turning the ball over at a pace that Coach Gasquet has been really concerned about this year. They're averaging 22 turnovers a game, and when you put that against the assist ratio, they're averaging 13 assists, 22 turnovers. That's not an assist-to-turnover ratio that makes a coach sleep well at night.
Well, and as you can see, Tarla Gasquet has made a couple of substitutions. Amy Hart is in. There we see Amy right there on camera. And also number 24, Kiana Daly, is in. And number 30, Tristan Sparks, is also in.
Tristan Sparks is another local girl from Gaithersburg High School, one of the best programs in the state of Maryland down here, right down the road in Gaithersburg. And she's coming on lately. She's going to be a good player for Coach Gasquet.
And Amy Hart is a sophomore. She's a transfer from Howard Community College. There's an outside 3 for Washington.
It's always nice when you see the transfers coming from enemy school in the Maryland JUCO.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often, and that is real nice. There's Tristan Sparks, no good. McEllery with a nice rebound.
You know, she got good position, and they fed her the ball well. She just missed the chippy.
Back into Sparks, back out to Saccone from 3, long, no good. McEllery with another offensive rebound. There's Daly, no good. Shots just not falling for Montgomery College right now.
And Daly is the shooter from Roxbury, Massachusetts. Yeah, we said that right, Roxbury, Massachusetts.
Came down here because she saw a lot of Montgomery College games on YouTube last year and was interested and intrigued by what she saw.
Now that's excellent recruiting. Way to go, Montgomery College Television.
Well, I tell you, we got a nice pat on the back from Tarla Gasquet for that one. And Kiana Daly, an excellent outside shooter. We're going to see a lot of her this year. She's going to be a big part of the team.
Kiera McEllery got called for that foul, but I think she got a lot of ball on that rejection, but maybe she got a little hand too.
Janae Finney. Second shot is up, no good. Tristan Sparks with the rebound.
Nice position by Tristan Sparks.
They push it up. There's Daly. Drives, shoots, nice shot, but did not fall.
I think Gasquet is going to want to get that offense a little bit more set up, taking some quick shots there.
She likes to push it, but at this point, when you're not shooting well, it's best to get it set up, run a set play. There's a rebound by Daly. Here comes Amy Hart, pushing it, attacks the basket. I think she was surprised she had such a free lane.
They gave her the lane. Like you said before, there's not going to be a lot of charging calls. So the art of taking a charge is pretty much out the window now. And they kind of let her go right down the lane. But you're right. I think she was surprised that she got an open look to the basket.
She almost looked like, what? Oh.
But she pushed the ball strong. That's a very good sign. And Coach said that that's the way she plays.
That's the way she plays, and eventually she thinks that's the way all of her guards are going to play, that they're going to be more of an attacking team this year.
And in January, those shots will go down.
Nova with good ball movement. There's Finney. And no good.
Saccone had nice position on that rebound. I think she probably got fouled, but the referee kept the whistle in her pocket.
Jasmine Orsted inbounding it for Nova.
Nice discipline shown by Nova, too. And we know Coach Vincent is a disciplinarian.
Oh, there's no doubt about that from talking to him. He's no nonsense kind of guy.
There's our charge, and I think we actually got away with one there. Let's see. I think Sparks was moving a little bit.
Yeah, she looked like she might not have been fully set.
But we'll make up for the call that they missed on Saccone. But we're not supposed to talk about the referees, right?
That's right. All right, here's Montgomery College coming down the court. 2-3 zone for Nova. Amy Hart, Kiana Daly, Angelica Saccone, Tristan Sparks.
I'm interested to see if Amy Hart can do something against that 2-3 zone. Jabria kind of struggled in the early going against the 2-3.
There's Saccone up, no good. McEllery with another rebound. Puts it up there, was fouled, it wasn't called. She gives the official a look.
McEllery is a nice long player. Sort of like Capria Redparth of last year and the year before.
Well, she does remind me somewhat of Capria. Although, boy, that's a tough act to follow, Capria Redparth.
It is. What a great athlete Capria is.
You know, I got to talking about her the other day. I said she might be the most successful athlete we've ever had, this female athlete we've ever had at this school.
Wow, and Brianna Washington for Nova really came to play tonight.
Boy, she sure did, and she just split the defense. And we are just about ready to welcome in a very special guest here to our booth. The president of Montgomery College, Dr. Darian Pollard, and welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here. Very excited about this game. I hope I can pay attention to you and the game.
Well, we'll try not to keep you from the game too long,
Thank
but we
you.
do appreciate you stopping by.
Thank
What
you.
a special night it's been here, huh?
You know what? This is all about what college is. This is about what Montgomery College is about. We're celebrating one institution. We're celebrating phenomenal student athletes. It's one of the best nights we've had so far.
Oh, this has been great. Dr. Pollard, for those of you who weren't with us for the pregame, Dr. Pollard and I emceed the introduction, the debut of the MC mascot, the Raptor, and also the unveiling of the new logo.
Yes, we did. And we had a packed house. I thought that was really exciting. And I think that a lot of people in the college community are really excited about this fact that we are one institution. We're bringing together all of our campuses under one logo, one mascot, one set of colors. That's what we are. We don't play against each other. We play with each other.
Dr. Pollard, talk to us a little bit more about the one college aspect. I know it's difficult in Montgomery County because this is a community college. This is what people call a commuter school. But there were times a couple years ago that you would have somebody wearing a green MC sweatshirt and a maroon MC sweatshirt. And now everybody can wear a purple sweatshirt. It's all about the community, and I think that this is going to grow from here.
I completely agree. One of the things that's important is that we have to protect brand. And one of the things that I found when I first moved here, and certainly what I hear from people in the community, they have a hard time understanding the first thing they'll say, you're the president of the college, or which campus?
Right.
And I say, I'm president of all of them. And they'll say, which colors were you? So now we're able to tell them we're one institution united together under one set of colors, under one mascot. And I think what's very powerful is we get to bring the strengths of all 3 campuses onto one team and really become the powerhouse that we've seen in the last couple of years.
Well, I think we've already seen the benefit of that. I mean, when you look at the season that our men's soccer team had this year.
Okay, how about that?
I mean, last year's baseball team.
The volleyball team
volleyball
is becoming
team.
a national power.
I know.
I mean, we've had 5 teams go to nationals in just the last year alone.
I know, and I'm trying to tell them now I want a set of rings on all of my fingers. So next year we need to see them all come back as champions. But you know, what I also like about this is that it's about competition. And young people and young adults in our society have to be able to be competitive, whether that be in the work environment or whether that be on the athletic field or the court. So I also like this teaching people about hard work and competition.
Well, we've got some hard-working student athletes, I'll tell you that.
Oh, my God. And you know what? They're all so thoughtful. They're mannerable. They believe in what they're doing. They work hard to stay academically competitive as well. So I hats off to them because I really want to be them. That's what it is. That's my secret desire. I want to be a student athlete.
I need to commend you for your getting the crowd riled up when we were doing our mascot reveal, and our girls are down 17-12. This is a bit of a surprise. Too bad you can't take the microphone and get on the floor like you did earlier.
Well, I did have some color commentary going on the side.
I bet
and
you
some
did.
People have suggested to me that, you know, they have to settle down. I've been watching Coach, and she's been telling them to settle down. And I think they kind of got pumped up in the last hour as well. So they'll do what they got to do.
And, you know, there is room for a third in the booth, by the way.
Oh, you know, anytime. Although, you know, y'all might be a little scared. Y'all might be a little scared.
Yeah, this is a bit of a surprise with Nova up 19-12, but I do think there's something to be these kids were pumped.
They were, and you could see that when they first got on. They were running the ball back and forth. They were doing some really long passes. And I think now they've got to settle down a little bit and Coach pretty soon, she's going to take them. She's going to have a conversation with them, and they'll settle down. The other thing is there's 2-3D offense they've been running.
Zone they're working.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. And I don't know how frequently they play against that, so they've got to learn how they're going to manage it. But it's just a matter of time.
So tell us, what do you think of our new Raptor? It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
You know what? That Raptor is fierce.
It's pretty cool, huh?
It is, and got a little swagger to it. You know, that's what it is, a bird of prey. We are aggressive, we are bold, and we ain't scared of nobody.
That's right.
I keep telling them, whose house is this? It's a Raptor house.
Well, like one of the kids said in the video that we saw, you know, the Raptor is the top of the food chain for birds.
Yes, they are. And that's why right now I'm going to have to get the Raptor out here to get these women pumped up, because I didn't like that we're down now.
Yeah, Nova's shooting the ball really well tonight.
They are.
And he's only got, you didn't probably hear us talking about it, but he's only got 6 healthy players, so they're going to stay back in the zone. They're going to try to slow it down, and they need to hit their open shots. And they've been hitting their open shots.
And I think that's what's going to happen when we have the second half. I think they're going to be tired at some point because they don't have the substitution.
And we can look over at the bench right now, and there's not much over there.
They have, you know, one player on the bench, really. So that's going to be a challenge. And if you look at our bench, we've got some depth.
Coach G has a lot of depth on the bench.
Yeah, she's going to bring in some players right now. And, you know, this is still early in the season. They're still learning their rhythm, and they got to figure out who does what.
That young lady right there, Nicole Cunningham, coming out of Clarksburg High School, was recruited by Maryland and Duke.
I understand. We read a great article about her in the Gazette. Not only is she coming to community college and doing outstanding work, she's a mother. She's being a wonderful oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Come on, take it. Take it hard. Come on, rebound. Oh, sorry.
We love it.
But you're talking about Nicole, and Coach Gasquet loves that she's grown up. she's become a mature woman.
Yes, she is, and she is what she represents community colleges. That's what we're about. We're about the first chance, the second chance, the third chance, and most importantly, recognizing our students come to us with complex lives. We meet them where they are, and we help them get to where they want to go. So I'm so proud to see her out here. Wonderful role model. Sweet. That's right. That's right.
Wow, we just saw a beautiful three
Audrey
by
Rankin has
Audrey
made her
Rankin.
presence felt. She's been hurt all season.
And she just came off the bench. So
Just came off the bench. But one of the things, to go back to the Nicole situation, Coach Gasquet talks about how this is a family. She brings her kids to practice, and you could see the girls gravitate to the kids.
Sure.
It's amazing to see. And when you can have a family away from your family, that's what Montgomery College is all about.
Well, and it's also about helping the students understand that we take care of each other, and that's what team is about. I mean, you think about what athletics is about. It's certainly about a game and a competition, but it's about teamwork. It's about being for each other in the cut when it's hard, and that's exciting for me.
And having spent so much time, as I've had the opportunity to do with Coach Gasquet, I went to nationals with him last year. I saw the type of family bond that she builds with her team. It's really impressive.
I know. I love her. You know, she is the epitome of coolness, though. You look at her. Now, when you see her stand up, you know that they need to have a conversation. But more importantly, she models for these women what it's like to be balanced and thoughtful and respectful. But also, she helps teach them life skills that exceed what happens on the court. So hats off to her. I love her. I love her.
And not only has she built a strong program, but the student athletes are building as people under her. And you're right, it's great to see that.
And they're coming back and being assistant coaches. They're coming back and working with the team. That says something about wanting to be the type of coach that she is. Look at this, we're down by 1. Them girls are hustling. Now, if they hold them when they come downfield, or somebody took a timeout.
Yeah, Nova's going to take a timeout because Montgomery College is on a nice little run here.
Yep.
Nicole Cunningham hit 2 straight shots. Then Audrey Rankin hit 1.
Angelica Saccone with a nice shot here.
And a big impact 3 there from Audrey Rankin. I think that really got them going.
Well, you know, you just need somebody to change the tempo, and that's the beautiful part about this. You bring a player in who's been watching the game. She probably saw something different while she was sitting there, can come on and really make a power move that changes the course of that. And you can see what just happened with the last run that they just did.
Yeah, Coach Gasquet was excited about Audrey Rankin, but she was injured. She's another local product right here out of Quince Orchard High School. It's nice to see these local stars coming here.
Well, and they're choosing to come here. What I love about it, coach doesn't have to necessarily go out and recruit. They say, we want to play for her.
Well, we were talking about Kiana Daly, number 24, who's back out on the floor. Came all the way down here from Roxbury, Massachusetts, because she watched some of the games on YouTube.
That's right, and she knew she wanted to be in a good spot. And we're going to take care of her academically and athletically.
She got to play against Roxbury Community College in the first tournament of the season, and Roxbury was ranked, and MC went up to Massachusetts and beat Roxbury.
Talk
I bet
about
that felt good for her.
I bet it did. They were like, we let her slip away from us.
Oh, and she had a big game, too.
Watch this. Bam.
And there's Cunningham.
You see Cunningham use the left hand. She's a natural athlete. You could see it. When she gets in shape, by the time January and February rolls around, she's going to be a different player than we see.
Oh, I completely agree.
But the talent is there.
Talent is definitely there. It's the little things right now, the little bit of footwork, the little bit of timing, and that's from being away from the game for the couple of years.
But those things you can pick back up again. When you have and having a sense of the game. Whoa.
There's a travel, a turnover.
One thing you can't teach is 6'2" and talented.
Yeah, you're right about that. And also, you know, somebody who has the ability to understand the rhythm of the game.
There's Daly from outside, little strong.
Come on, where's the rebound? Come on, good job, good job.
She likes to shoot it.
Well, don't be afraid of it. If you see a shot, go ahead and take it.
There's Jabria Smith. She's back in. There's Daly again.
There it is.
I told you, she felt it.
Perfect
she was
rotation.
In that same corner.
And Coach Gasquet, as we've seen over the years, likes to have that wing, that 2 guard sit right on the wing. So when they kind of penetrate into the zone, it collapses the zone, and then you kick out right to the shooter waiting.
And obviously it's something they practice because she knew exactly what to do.
Montgomery College is on a 12-0 run.
See, they just had to settle down. They had to figure out what they were going to be doing out there.
12-0 run.
Well, you know, that won't be the last one. That's what I'm also saying. That's what Raptors do. We kind of sit in the cut. We watch it out. We stalk our prey, and then we come in and take them out.
You called it. You said they were going to settle down.
Yeah.
There's Daly again.
Ooh. But see,
nice rebound by Coleman.
Yeah, that was sweet.
They keep it alive. There's Smith.
Come on,
Loose
come
ball,
on.
Coleman, Daly, good.
Yes.
Kiana has nice rotation on that jump shot.
Yes,
Boy,
she
she's got
does.
great
It's
form.
It's
She
smooth.
does.
You see that? It's smooth.
Wow. She really has a nice looking shot. And they're just expecting huge things from her this year.
Well, can you imagine what's going to be in a couple months when she's actually been doing this and the team has its own understanding of the game? This is going to be a powerful team.
And she went to a math and science high school up in Boston. So she, academics, not going to be a problem for her.
I need to make sure she's in our engineering program. That's what I want to know. Math and science. #1 community college engineering program in the country. Look at that.
There
That
she
girl's
is.
on
There she is
fire.
again. All the way from Roxbury,
She's
Massachusetts,
on fire.
raining three-pointers.
That's right.
And there is timeout on the floor, and Montgomery College is on quite the run here.
Welcome to Rockville, Maryland, Kiana Daly.
She's having her coming out party right here, right now.
Well, and what a perfect day to have it on. We unveiled a new logo. We have a full house for the game. People are pumped up about this. And they have been just outstanding. Outstanding. Matter of fact, if I'm pretty sure Nova's held that 22 for a little while.
Our statistician, Evan Brown, just pointed out to me that Montgomery College is on a 17-0 run.
Wow,
No.
you need to stick around here more often.
You know, I'm just going to sit right here.
You brought us some luck.
Y'all got the best seat in the house,
Oh, we
too.
definitely have the best seat. We got Joe Thompson right in front of us. Who could want for more?
I know. We love Joe.
You know what? I
want one of those fancy chairs. You see them sliding around?
I kind of like not being able to hear when we're talking. That's actually a good feeling. We have awesome fans out here tonight.
I know.
It's hard to hear. That's not a bad thing.
It's a full house. And people are pumped up. They got their purple and black on.
Another great stat just handed our way. MC on top and rebound, 17-11.
Very nice.
And that's a good change because Nova was hitting the boards early on in the game.
Now, what I want them to watch, I don't want them to get no foul trouble. So that's the thing. We want to kind of keep an eye on that, don't we?
For Nova?
No, for us too.
Oh, no. We don't want anybody getting in foul trouble.
I know.
And now that you have Daly shooting these threes, they can only come out of that 2-3 zone because once you start raining threes, that zone has to extend, and they don't have a player as talented as Cunningham down low. So when the zone comes out, you leave a hole in the middle, and that's when Nicole Cunningham can take over.
Just going to see how that – I'm going to be curious to see what Nova does now after this little timeout.
Yeah, Coach Vincent, Lieutenant Vincent, which he is, was really kind of getting into his players.
Yes, he was.
Here's another steal. Here's your Bria Smith taking it all the way.
Yeah.
Nice hesitation.
See?
The spring to the Nova step is kind of gone. That's one thing that I've noticed here with 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
Well, they also haven't had an opportunity to rotate any other players in.
There's another steal for Smith. She's pushing it again. Drops it off.
Yeah.
Here's Rankin.
Rankin thought about that.
She sure did. She wanted it.
But see,
there
that's
she is in the
discipline.
corner from
that's
three.
Ooh,
nope.
Come on, that was close.
Rebound Nova. And Kiana Daly forces a turnover.
Nice
Smart.
defense. She saw that outlet pass, and you could get behind the player before she turns around, and you cause a travel.
That's just basketball smarts. There's Rankin, drives this time, puts it up, a floater, good.
Nice job.
She shot the three the play before. She pump fake. The player comes out, and around the baseline you go.
Well, and you look at them, their confidence now. They kind of got, they were a little, okay, but now they're in the cut right now.
No, they've taken a little starch out of Nova here.
Yep.
We're under a minute left in the first half. Montgomery College on an incredible run, and there's a foul on Rankin.
Yeah, there's that hand checking, and they're not going to allow the players to get real physical when they're driving.
Is that her second?
Yeah, they are definitely calling more hand-checking fouls this year.
Yeah, the refs actually, they kind of came into the game making a few steps. They've done this a little bit right now.
They've changed the rules in college basketball this year to go, if you put your hand on the player, they're going to call you for a ticky-tack foul. They used to be able to play physical, and both the men's and women's games, as you'll see this year, there's going to be a lot more foul shots taken. The games might take a long time.
Well, they can put them on the line if they don't make it. I'm okay with that,
but they want to open up the offensive aspect of the game more.
Yeah.
And they want to protect the players is another reason.
Smith to Cunningham, top of the
that.
key. Wow.
That's a 6'2" center hitting a jump shot from 17 feet.
That was nothing but net, folks. As Nicole Cunningham having a nice first half. She's got 10 points. There's a drive.
Oh, that was kind of
I like that Walker player, though.
Anna Walker is a good, scrappy little player.
Boy, she really is. She's clearly fearless. She's got 9 points. And there's Daly again.
There was a good response.
At the buzzer. And that is at the end of the first half.
14 points up.
With our score, Montgomery College 39, Nova 25. And we will be right back with our halftime activities after this quick break.
Very nice.
Thank you, Dr. Pollard.
Thank you, Dr. Pollard, for joining us.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today. Winter session classes begin January 6th.
Raptor comes from a Latin word that refers to a thief, a plunderer, or a seizer. So something that seizes something else. And so that's why birds of prey are called generally raptors, because of that hunting, carnivorous nature.
Welcome back to halftime here at Montgomery College, where the Raptors are on top, 39-25 over Northern Virginia. And what's going on right now on the court is we are getting ready to honor the women's volleyball team. This past weekend, the Raptors women's volleyball team traveled to Rochester, Minnesota, and here they come out on the floor right now for the NJCAA National Championship Tournament. And there you see them out on the court with their head coach, Amir Mafinejad. And they're being honored for going to nationals and also for winning the NJCAA District G Championship this season with a really impressive run in the districts. They were the bottom seed in the tournament. They lost their first match. They won their next 5 matches to win the tournament, including 2 straight on the final day over the number 9 team in the country, Lorain County Community College.
In the annals of MC athletics, that's about as historic a run for a weekend that you could possibly put. And Amir Mafinejad's team was awesome that weekend.
They sure were. And now we have another special presentation, Marcus.
This is where we're going to, show to the world that another professor from Montgomery College has been named Maryland Professor of the Year, and this is Dr. Greg Wall. He's an English professor on the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, and this is becoming a trend at Montgomery College where we have Professors of the Year.
Yeah, this is the 7th time an MC professor has won this award in the last 10 years. Boy, that's pretty impressive.
That's an impressive run in itself. And Dr. Wall is very highly regarded by students on our campus. They really like to take his classes. He's a down-to-earth guy. They seem to relate to him, and he has a knack for getting into the students and bringing the best out of them. And he's a fun guy, too.
So congratulations to Professor Wall. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us because we've got more of the MCTV Sports Halftime Show coming up after this.
Categories of birds that are considered raptors would be the eagles, falcons, and hawks. The more specific examples would be the peregrine falcon, which literally catches songbirds in midair and then carries them to cliff sites in order to feed on them. You have bald eagle, of course, which is known for harassing other birds of prey and stealing their catch, sometimes in midair. You get the golden eagle, which is common out west, becoming more common as all of these birds of prey are making a comeback in the United States as we move farther and farther away from the use of DDT that was really hurting these populations. So we're seeing huge comebacks in many of the birds of prey in our area.
And we are back at halftime where once again our score is Montgomery College Raptors 39, Nova 25. And Marcus and I are pleased to welcome in the head coach of the MC women's volleyball team, Amir Mafinajad. Coach, congratulations on a terrific season and making it to national. Fantastic job this year.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was an exciting finish to a season with lots of ups and downs. But it was a tremendous weekend. We had lots of fun. So proud of the girls, every single one of the players on the team, but what they accomplished in making it to the national tournament for 2 in the last 4 years. So it was exciting.
Talk to us a little bit about that weekend. You dropped your first match. What do you tell the ladies saying that, you pretty much can't lose from here out and you have to make a run?
Right.
How do you tell them that it's possible?
Told them that we're giving it another shot. We go to the losers bracket, and we showed them that we can play with Lorraine. And we came back and took the next two after dropping the first two, and it was a close one in the fifth. And we beat Howard, and we had a great match against Butler. And after that, I felt pretty confident. And come out on Sunday when we took Lorraine in 3 sets, it was even more reassuring, and the thing that gave the team a pretty boost, pretty confidence that we can do this and get it done. It was another thrilling 5-setter, but we came out on top.
I'll tell you, I've been to probably more Montgomery College sporting events than almost anybody I know. That was one of the most thrilling weekends to see your team, the way they played. They just played with total abandon. Right. It was like they felt like they had nothing to lose. They're just going to throw themselves after every ball.
Right. That was exactly, you just said it, and I'm going to repeat it back. And it was they hustled after every single ball. They got every ball up, and we played tremendous defense. And we're not a power team by any stretch of the imagination. And that's the message that I told the girls, that we got to pass the ball and we got to play a heck of a defense, and we got to be stubborn and keep dumping the ball over and let our defense do the trick for us. And we pretty much wore them out, and they gave us every shot that they had. And it was one of the most thrilling matches that I've been involved in, especially when you're the underdog and coming out on top was even sweeter.
Talk to us a little bit about the national tournament. You guys weren't as successful in the national tournament, but what did they learn? There had to have been some lessons. You're going to take some lessons from the national tournament, playing some of the best teams in the country, and how do you take that into next year?
Right. Learned a few things, and we knew what we expected, you know, what was coming our way. We went into 2010, and every single one of those teams are one of the more powerful teams in the country. And we had the first tough match against Ridgewater, and they made it to the national championship game and ended up finishing second. And we didn't have a good outing in that match, and we came back a little bit better in the second match of the day. But we have a team talk at the end of the day on Friday saying that, you know, in big picture is we made nationals, and we worst case scenario, you know, we finished 8th in the country and out of 60+ teams. That is not good. You know, that's a pretty good position to be in. And we played a good game on Friday as well. We played a lot better than the previous day. So we're happy the way we came, and the girls had a great experience. And told them that my personal goal is to go back and play on center stage instead of make it to the late afternoon game on Saturday. So we'll see where we go from here.
Well, yeah, I mean, this has to bode well for next year. You've got a lot of returning players. Some of your real key players from this year are going to be back next year. This has really got to help you. And the fact that you will be ranked in the top 10 starting next year based on your finish this year.
Absolutely. And we're counting on the returning players to center our team around and get a few pieces that are missing. We have to replace a great setter, Andrea, and an Emily on the outside, and Yesenia. I think we're losing our one of the key players from the team, and hoping that we can get out there and recruit and build on this experience and bring in a few players to defend our title again.
Last question here while we have you.
Sure.
What does this do for the program in the future? This is, again, a big year for you. You know, you proved a lot of people that this is a legitimate volleyball program on the national stage. How do you take that out into the high schools now and sell that to the coaches and the players?
Right. We have to do that exactly as you said. Take that and say, hey, we didn't have a good year by wins and losses, but when it mattered the most, we got it done. And that speaks a lot about the players, never losing focus, decide that we're going to get better, we're going to get a little bit healthier, stick with what we're doing, believe in what we're doing. And the players sure did. And when the time mattered, and we stepped up and got it done. And hopefully we can get out there with a word of mouth from the players, because they still just are 1 year away from high school, and get word of mouth and have them come in. And we're going to start. We're going to start now recruiting. Unfortunately, during the season, it's hard for us to get out there and watch teams. And this is the time to have a senior all-star game on Thursday, so we'll be at that and looking at some top talents.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if a high school kid out there wants to come to a community college, they have an interest in playing volleyball, I can't think of a better coach than Amir Mafinajad to lead them.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the support and being there watching us and the word of encouragement, and truly appreciate it.
Well, that was a great year you had. Congratulations once again, and thanks so much for stopping by to join us tonight.
My pleasure. I'll be here in the next home game as well.
All right, we will be right back with the second half of action. Once again, our score at the half, Montgomery College 39, Nova 25. We'll be right back with second half action after this.
Some birds of prey specialize in fish, so they would eat almost all fish in their diet. And some of those raptors have special pads on their feet where they actually have hooked barbs that allow them to have a much better grip when they are diving and grabbing for those fish. And then they have additional adaptations that allow their feet and toes to orient in such a way that they can carry the fish head first while they're flying back to where they're going to feed on the fish to minimize the wind resistance.
No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, over 130 programs of study, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. Register today.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun. Awesome.
Perfect. Inspirational.
Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excelling.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity.
Fun. Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where once again our halftime score, Montgomery College 39, Nova 25. Let's talk a little bit about stats while we're waiting for things to get going. Cunningham and Daly both with 10 points for Montgomery College.
Yeah, you know, Kiana Daly didn't start the game for Coach Gasquet. McEllery actually started, but when she came off the bench, she really provided a nice spark. She hit the long threes, and you could tell Coach Gasquet talked about her being a shooter, and when she came out shooting, and it really helped MC. Not to mention, MC started to hit the boards. In the beginning of the game, Nova was really crashing the boards. They came out with something to prove to all these fans and to this new mascot running around, but MC settled down, and their athleticism and their size sort of took its toll, and Nova ended up getting a little tired and winded at the end of the half.
Boy, that was quite a run by Montgomery College to take the lead there in the first half. And we are just about ready to get started in the second half. Montgomery College has Cunningham, Daly, Tillman, Jabria Smith, and Audrey Rankin, who had a nice first half for Montgomery College as well. For Nova, we've got number 5, Finney, number 3, Washington, number 4, Orsted, number 10, Jones, and number 12, Anna Walker.
And Walker really proved that she's a heck of a player.
Boy, I was impressed with her. There she goes driving. Raven Jones, no good. Rebound, and there's a rebound for Audrey Rankin.
She's got Coach Gasquet is starting Rankin in this half, and she's starting Daly as well, which is a change from the first half.
Yep, Angelica Saccone, who started the game, is on the bench, as well as Kiera McEllery.
Her depth is unbelievable. Like we said earlier, 12 new players coming back. So she can mix and match lineups all night. She can go small, she can go big. She can bring shooters off the bench, she can bring rebounders off the bench.
So neither team has scored yet as we're in the early going, and Nova's already made a substitution. Number 23, Bonnet, is in. And that ball is tipped out by Orsted. Kiana Daly, air ball. She gets back the loose ball, dumps it off to Tillman, and she's fouled. Kiana Daly from Roxbury, Massachusetts. She went to O'Brien Math and Science High School.
And she's shooting 85% from the line this year. Let's see if that percentage holds up for these two.
Or did you jinx her?
I hope I didn't.
And boy, you know, a head coach loves somebody that shoots their foul shots that well.
But, you know, there won't be any jinxing her foul shots with a follow-through and a rotation like that.
Boy, her shooting form is it's just fantastic.
Yes, it's textbook. It's what you want little kids to say. Watch the follow through, watch the rotation on the ball.
Boy, she's had some good coaching in her life. There's no doubt about that. Does the fundamentals well. 41-25, Montgomery College.
And Daly is another player that Coach Gasquet said as the season goes, she gets in better shape and she gets into the swing of Montgomery College basketball, is going to be even better than what we see today.
There's a steal by Walker. Nice job. Lays it up and in.
What a pesky player she is.
Well, we were told she was the best player on the team, and I don't see any reason to dispute that. She's out of Woodson High School, Falls Church, Virginia. And there's Rankin.
And that's another shooter that Coach G can bring off the bench. I mean, if you're going to go zone, who are you going to run out on?
She has hardly played this year. As a matter of fact, I believe this might be her first game. She missed a lot of games early in the season with some ankle problems. And I know Coach Gasquet was dying to get her in there, and she's producing tonight.
Raven Jones played a good first half for Nova. She really hit the boards. She's really the only player with significant size on Nova. So she's got a hard task today going against, some of the size and athleticism that MC has. But she held her own down in the paint for Nova.
All right, so Nova will be inbounding the ball. That's number 4, Jasmine Orsted, inbounding it. And she throws it away. Threw it right at the feet of Raven Jones. She didn't have a chance at that one. Montgomery College with 12 new faces this year. And that's no easy job, Marcus, to integrate 12 new players who have never played together before. There's Cunningham. She's pushed. Oh, they called it travel.
Yeah, I think she took a step real quick before she got the shot off. But you're right. And Coach Gasquet, she schedules big-time programs in the beginning of the season. So you add that to the new faces, and you're going to struggle on the scoreboard or in the win-loss column early. But that's going to pay off in the end when you get to the region. And if they make it when they get to the nationals. So, they're going to take their lumps early like they did. I think it was Guilford Tech just recently at the Lewisburg tournament really took it to Coach G's team, but she wasn't sad about getting blown out by 27 or 24 or whatever it was. She actually found positives out of that.
She sure did. And believe me, knowing her as I do, everything is a lesson. Everything is a learning experience. It's all about, there's a strategy behind everything she does. And part of that is she's trying to show her players they're playing up right now. They're playing a lot of Division I and Division II teams. Nova is Division II team. And the point of that is she says there's no way we can win nationals if we don't play up.
Of course, because when you get to nationals, those teams are going to be that good. And you've already set yourself up to see that kind of competition. I mean, so there's no patsies that you schedule in the beginning of the season.
And, of course, they play in the tough Maryland JUCO. That was a great steal there by Orsted to make it 44-31. Here comes Brianna Washington. She pushes it ahead to Bonnet. Washington, and she gets it to go.
Nice, nifty left-handed shot from the right baseline.
44-33.
Not easy to do.
Rankin down low to Tillman. Smooth as silk.
Yeah, she found a soft spot on the baseline against that zone.
Megan Tillman, so good to see her out there healthy.
And when we talk about 12 returning players, you can't help but say that the 2 players, and Ashley Latter as well, that the players coming back, Tillman and Saccone, are really the important cogs to sort of bring this team together on the court. Sure, Coach Gasquet is the sculptor, if you would, but Saccone and Tillman are going to play their part. They're going to be the settling forces. They've seen this. They've been there. They've done that. And what we've seen so far in the beginning of the season, they've actually led this team. Sure, Jabria Smith is leading them in scoring, and we're going to talk about Cunningham because of her talent, but the two players that have really held it together are Tillman and Saccone.
And they are the co-captains. And we've got a couple of subs in for Montgomery College right now. Caprice Harvey, number 1, makes her first appearance of the game. And Kiera McEllery is back in, number 11.
McEllery played really well. She's active and she's long. She's got quick feet. So that's gonna help spell Cunningham and Sparks when the other bigs need a rest.
And that is one thing that Tarla Gasquet has not had is depth in the post. And this year it looks like she's got it. And there's a rebound to Saccone.
Yeah, you're right. When you talk about you talk about Portia Davis and Jocelyn Martin, they seem to be sort of like the one-woman show down low, and it's not going to be like that this year.
No, if they got into foul trouble or if they had an injury,
Coach had to actually change her game plan when Jocelyn goes out.
She would put someone into the post who would normally be a 4 or a 3 even. So, you know, this year she's got real true depth in the post. And there's a foul. 15:41 to go in the ball game. Montgomery College enjoying a 46-33 lead. They took control of the game about 2/3 of the way through the first half with a 17-0 run, and they have led ever since.
Yeah, it got a little dicey early on. They were knocking down three-pointers. MC came out a little flat. Nova came out wanting to prove everybody in this building that they're here to play too, and it got a little dicey. But as Dr. Pollard said earlier on the broadcast, don't worry, gentlemen. Coach Gasquet is going to calm them down, and sure enough, they went on a 17-0 run.
There's Anna Walker with a drive. She was holding her left thigh. I guess she's all right. It looked to me like I don't know. She looks like she might be favoring that left leg a little bit. Number 12, Anna Walker.
And she's not going to come out of the game tonight, so she's going to get a little bit worn down, and you could see it when she's running back up the court that she's already winded, and we're not even 5 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, she's massaging her left thigh. And they are going to bring her out of the game.
Yeah, she must have gotten kicked, or hopefully she doesn't have a pull.
Yeah,
hopefully she just got banged.
Good looking player.
Not somebody you want to see on the bench for Coach Vincent.
No, she's going to stretch out her quad. We see her on the sidelines. As McEllery steals the ball, but they give it to Nova.
Nova has had some pretty good games so far this year. They played Frederick in a tournament not too long ago, and they were only down 4 or 5 at halftime. And Frederick is an established program, Frederick is Division II, if I'm not mistaken, and they held strong with Frederick. So this is a scrappy bunch.
And Nova's chopping that lead a little bit. They've got it down to 46-35. The turnovers are plaguing Montgomery College right now, the traveling turnovers in particular. 3 travels in the early going. There's Rankin. Nice looking 3-ball.
Wow, I'm telling you, Coach Gasquet must be smiling on that bench when she sees Audrey Rankin, because this is really the first time that Audrey has contributed this season, and she's contributed in a big way.
Amy Hart in now for Montgomery College, number 20 at the point. She came in for Kiana Daly.
And that was a big 3-pointer. Nova put on a little bit of a run there, and Rankin sort of settled that tide.
And looking at the Nova bench, we still see Anna Walker massaging that upper quad. There's Rankin again from 3, and another one. Wow.
That's another weapon that nobody could scout for because she hasn't been seen yet, but they're going to know about her for the rest of the season after watching this game.
That's 14 points for Rankin.
Wow.
In limited playing time. Again, she's just getting in shape. She's had the bad ankle. So this is a This is a real bright sign for Montgomery College.
And our esteemed cameraman, Dan Rankin, has a new favorite player.
Boy, that's for sure.
I think she's got a little more game than Dan, though.
Actually, he may have taught her everything he knows. You know, that Dan Rankin is a very generous guy. I'm sure he taught her how to shoot the three.
I don't know if Dan has really shot many threes. He's like 6'5".
And there is a timeout on the floor. Montgomery College on top, 52-35. Take a look over at the Montgomery College bench. The big fella there with his back, just turned his back to us. That's Pat Carden. He works with the post players. He's got a lot more post players to work with this year.
And you know what? And Coach Carden's going to be happy. You're right. He's got a lot of players to work with this year.
And we just got to note that Anna Walker is getting ready to check back in for Nova. So whatever it was, it must not be too serious.
Yeah, they need her in the game.
And, Marcus, if you want to keep up to date, we've been talking all night long about Montgomery College sports. If you want to keep up to date with the MC teams, then you need to check out the brand new athletics website. It's at montgomerycollege.edu/Raptors. You're going to find the rosters for all the MC teams, the team and individual photos, game schedules, contact information for each coach, and much more. And we've got video now.
That is an awesome looking website, and I know for a fact that our communications and our IT team has worked their rear ends off on that. Mark Balea in IT and Lisa Burrow in communications, they have really spent literally the last week putting that together, and it looks really impressive. And of course, you can go to that website, you can find all the schedules, you can find the players, and you can also watch us.
I guess they might want to do that.
Of course.
But anyway, no, it's a great website. Check it out, montgomerycollege.edu/Raptors. Back to action. And Montgomery College turns it over.
And back to the website, that's a great recruiting tool. I mean, the athletics program is going to be very happy with that website. When somebody goes and wants to check out MC Athletics, they're going to see, a beautiful, beautiful page. And you can click on the upper right, and you can click on the MCTV, the YouTube channel. You can see all these games. And kids in high school are going to be like, wow, they're on TV a lot. And that's definitely a recruiting tool that I'm sure Coach Gasquet and Athletic Director Derek Carter are going to use to their advantage.
All the MC teams will. All the MC teams will. And, of course, we love doing their games. Got a timeout on the floor. 12:51 to go. Montgomery College on top by 17, 52-35. This is game one of a doubleheader. We got men coming up. You're not going to want to go anywhere, folks. We got a big men's game coming up.
They're walking right into the shot right here. The men for Montgomery College taking the floor behind the benches, and that'll be an interesting game. That's another matchup in styles where you have a team like MC that wants to run, and then you have some big guys for Nova, and wait till we start talking about them later tonight. 6'8", 6'7", 6'8".
Nice drive there by number 5, John A. Finney. And Montgomery College brings it down.
You know what? You were talking to Coach Vincent about his Nova girls, and he seemed very confident. And quite frankly, you and I looked at each other like, this is probably on paper not a good matchup for you. But he saw something in these girls, and even though it's a 15-point game with 12.5 left in the second half, there is something about his team, and they're probably mirroring his toughness, his discipline, his grit as a person, and they're a good team, and they're not rolling over for MC at all. So it's refreshing to see that they came out here to play tonight, and Coach Vincent was onto something.
He's right. And he told me, he said they fight, they never quit, they don't get down on themselves, and he was right. 100% right. Impressive little group. So there's a foul on number 10, Raven Jones, over the back.
His teaching is going to be, it was 39-25 at halftime, so you lost the first half. Who's to say, they don't stay even in the second half, or they could win the second half, or at least stay competitive in the second half. So there's going to be teaching moments for Coach Vincent, obviously.
And the ball stays with Montgomery College. Audrey Rankin inbounding it. Kiera McKellery back in. There's Rankin from 3. That was a deep one.
I was just thinking about how effective that zone was early for Nova, and they're going to want MC to shoot over them, and that's exactly what MC did. It took them a few minutes, but once they started hitting shots, they are really starting to fall. And it started off with Daly, and it continued big time with Rankin.
17 for Rankin. Again, this is her first action of the season after missing the
she's
first
got
8
zeros
games.
on the stat line.
And the 3 ball has really made the difference tonight because that zone has been tough. They had a stretch there during that 17-0 run when they were able to get the ball inside to Nicole Cunningham. But for the most part, they've had some trouble getting it inside or hitting once they got inside.
And really, Coach Vincent can't come out of the zone because he doesn't have enough players. And when teams are draining threes like MC is, naturally you go man, and you got to get in the faces of these shooters, but he can't do that. He's got to stay in the zone. If he went man, they'd really run him out of the building, and his kids wouldn't be able to keep up the pace. So if they're hitting their shots, that 2-3 zone isn't going to hack it.
And that puts John A. Finney on the line. And she makes the first. Finney is out of Madison High School in Vienna, Virginia. Got one more. 11:08 to go in the ball game. And she makes them both. A little bit of a press here by Nova.
Well, they've got to work on it, and it's interesting to see how MC is going to attack this press.
And they attack it by going right down the center of the court and turning it over.
Jabria Smith has really been a little bit too fast. And Coach talked about how quick she is, but she's going to need to harness that speed into good decisions as well.
And that will come. Again, she's just a freshman.
One thing about last year's point guard, Jartu Towe, who you and I absolutely adored as a kid and as a player, she wasn't as speedy and she wasn't as gifted quickness-wise, but she always seemed to be under control and making the right decisions.
Daly with another fine 3. Kiana Daly and Audrey Rankin have been the stars from the 3-point line tonight. Wow, there's some action underneath there, and then foul called on McKellery.
Yeah, McKellery got a lot of ball, but she got a lot of body too. Okay, she didn't get that much ball. She got head, shoulders, and she did a little stare too. I think McKellery is going to bring some intensity here. I think she's trying to show Coach Gasquet that when she comes out, she's going to go flying around there, grab rebounds, try to block shots, and maybe pick up a foul or two.
Well, and she's from Anne Arundel High School. Now, normally a kid from Anne Arundel High School who goes to community college would go to Anne Arundel Community College. But Coach Gasquet was scouting, went to a jamboree, saw her play, made a pitch, and she came here.
That's interesting. When I saw that she's from Arundel High School, I said, wow, she could go to Anne Arundel Community College or she can go to Howard Community College, but she chose to come to Montgomery College, and that says a lot. You're right.
And Montgomery College having a little bit of trouble with the press, although they do retain possession.
I'm pretty sure Coach Gasquet is going to be happy that Coach Vincent threw the press on, because the Raptors need to practice against that press, because when you're getting to play teams with a lot more depth, teams with a lot more speed, they're going to press, and I'm interested to see if Jabria Smith could pick that up and run the proper press-breaking offense that she needs to do. Yeah, she's got the skill. She's got a good handle on the ball.
Absolutely. There's Cunningham.
That's a beautiful entry pass. Nicole Cunningham sealed off position on the block and just pivoted to the lane, and it's right there.
Perfectly done, just like how you draw it up on the blackboard. And that time Walker has a stolen by Jabria Smith. She takes it all the way for the hoop.
Jabria Smith is averaging 4 steals a game, and you can see why. Not only does she have quick feet, she has really quick hands. She has a great point guard body. She's svelte. She's not exactly short, but she's very thin and she's very quick.
No, she's 5'6", so she's not teeny by any means. There's Walker.
Wow.
Impressive player. Anna Walker. There's Smith again. There's McEllery from 3, and it's good.
I didn't know Kiera McEllery shoots three-pointers.
Well, she just did. I'm looking at the MC bench, and they're all happy.
I don't think they think McEllery shoots three-pointers.
No, I think Melissa Weithman, the assistant coach, was kind of hiding a smile like, where did that come from?
There's a big block by Nicole Cunningham. We're going to see more and more of that as the season progresses, I'm sure.
Montgomery College now with a nice, comfortable 22-point lead with 8:38 to go. And there's a foul.
I think there's a Division III school or two out there that will be happy to have young Miss Walker play for them next year or the year after.
And we're going to get a look at that block coming up. There it is. Not now.
And when you have an eraser underneath the basket like Nicole Cunningham at 6'2", you can cheat a little more out on the wings when you're playing defense because you have that sort of fallback in the paint when you go to the basket. Cheat a little bit, you might get beat, but there's a swat waiting to happen.
There's a foul on Smith. Montgomery College on top, 65-33. Let's take a look at that. And there's the foul. Jasmine Orsted to the line. She'll shoot 2. Big crowd here tonight, enthusiastic crowd. Everybody excited about the new Raptor, all the new Raptor gear that's being handed out.
I saw our buddy Steve Wolf just walk by with an awesome knit cap with the new MC Raptors logo on it. Wow.
Megan Tillman is fouled.
I like some of the clothes that I'm seeing out here tonight. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats.
It is nice gear.
I've even got a car magnet that's going to go out on my car in about, 2.5 hours maybe.
I got to have one of those car magnets.
Well, I think we have a couple thousand of them.
Okay. All right, I got to have one.
I'll put you on the list.
Maybe if I'm nice to Dan Rankin, he'll get me one. What do you think?
He's got that kind of pull. The guy wins an Emmy, and then he starts, taking up more responsibilities around the office. It's funny how that works.
Yep. It's what happens when you get an Emmy in our office. Then next thing you know, you're handing out car magnets.
That's it. That's called perks.
And there's a look at that car magnet. That's pretty cool.
That is an awesome car magnet.
I love it. I love it. And I think we know her. That's Melissa Pace. Melissa Pace, manager of MCTV.
MCTV manager, Melissa Pace. And an excellent car magnet holder, I must say.
Did a fine job. There's McEllery dry. Ooh, lost the handle. There's Tillman from 3. That looks long. It is.
Coach Gasquet is going to talk about falling in love with the 3-ball, I bet. Hey, there's our Raptor.
Hey, he's back.
That is a nice Raptor.
We are loving this Raptor. This is. You got to be nice to the Raptor, though. They are birds of prey, Marcus.
Yes, they are.
We learned that from
Professor Wesley.
Yes, Professor Wesley. Thank you. There's Megan Tillman. Nice move, and boy, was she fouled. Coming
from somebody, me, that has had 4 knee surgeries, when I see Megan go down, I just get a little bit nervous.
Oh, I get a lot nervous. And I know her dad, who is here, he's always here.
Her dad's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest supporters of not just this program, but all of MC Athletics.
What a great guy. And I know he's keeping his fingers crossed.
That's a proud daddy right there.
Because I want to tell you, Megan Tillman has a future at a 4-year school. And boy, she's just getting stronger and stronger and in better shape, and it's really good to see her out there. She deserves a healthy year. There's a little hip check foul.
and they need her leadership. She has her and Angelica Sacconi have a very calm demeanor. They don't get too hyped up, in the moment. Because they've seen, they've seen a lot of basketball here over the last year, and they need that sort of demeanor. And as you can see, Megan, she's a down-to-earth kid, very mellow, and with 12 new players and shuffling of lineups, they really need that calming factor.
And of course, they're the co-captains. They're doing a lot more. They're doing a lot more talking out on the court. And our Raptor here has given us quite the performance on the sideline. It's hard to keep a straight face. Nova beginning to show, I think, the effects of the fact that they have a short bench. They are starting to look a little tired. There's Angelica Sacconi, and she almost has it taken away there by Anna Walker, who did a little refereeing. She steals it. Looks over her shoulder to make sure nothing was called and takes it. Oh, she missed it.
Yeah, she went up with the left hand like you're supposed to, but maybe next time with that wide open layup, she might shift to the right side and go with the right hand. But hey, she made the steal. She's again showing how scrappy a player she is. She just missed the shot.
Boy, she is a scrappy player, and he's got a good one in her. And there's a foul on Angelica Sacconi. Anna Walker looking kind of upset out there. I don't know whether that leg is bothering her.
I think she might have gotten one across the eye on that shot.
Ah. I think you're right. She is wiping her eye with her jersey. Misses the foul shot. Sacconi with the rebound. Sacconi, Coach Gasquet calls her the cleanup person.
She always seems to be in the right spot.
Oh, almost a circus shot there.
Yeah, Megan almost put that one down over the back of her head.
Oh, my gosh. You know they're going to work on that in practice. They're going to make that work sometime this year.
Actually, that was the only shot she had.
Yeah.
I mean, she was getting forced out of the paint, and she was right under the basket.
Got a sharp pass there from Sacconi.
But back to Sacconi, she cleans up the offensive boards like nobody else. She's not a big player. She's what, 5'6" or 5'8", 5'9" maybe.
5'8", 5'9".
But she just seems to be always on the weak side of the shot. Finding the spots in the defense. But she's hard to box out as well. She's a sneaky fast player, and she's got a nose for the ball. And we've seen that. Her offensive game is really established now from the beginning of last year. But as soon as she stepped on the court last year, we knew that she's always in the right spot at the right time to grab an offensive rebound. Now you put the offensive game together, and you got a heck of a player.
And there's a steal in the backcourt off the press, and a foul.
Ooh, they're going to give her continuation on that shot, which is that's very generous of the referee. But hey, I think she got an effort play here.
Yeah, I think you're right, Marcus.
That's an effort call.
Yep, I think you're right. So 6:35 to go in the game. Montgomery College on top by 18.
I mean, it's an 18-point game, but Nova is playing so hard that it doesn't feel like it's an 18-point game, really. And that's
no,
good.
It doesn't.
That's good. That's good for everybody. That's really good for us.
There's Sacconi, no good. And there's a foul on the rebound by Raven Jones. She fouled Cunningham. No, it is good. It's good for Montgomery College that Nova, there is not an ounce of quit in this team. If I'm Wayne Vincent, I'm pretty happy with my team tonight.
Absolutely. And we've got Howard coming up next Tuesday in a game that we're doing.
Yep.
And, the bench on Howard's going to be a little deeper than Nova's bench. We know that. So this is good. This is a good run for the Raptors to prepare for a strong test in the Maryland JUCO ranks.
Well, and I was talking to Coach Gasquet last week, and she told me she thought Maryland JUCO was going to be even tougher this year than in previous years. So it's never a walk in the park. There's Tillman, there's a whistle, and a turnover.
Oh, I think they got Nicole.
Yep. You're right, foul on Cunningham.
Trying to fight for a little bit of position underneath the basket.
5:59 to go in the ball game. Blocked by Cunningham.
We've got Amy Hart back in the game to run some point for Jabria Smith.
Kiana Daly takes it to the hoop, up and good. And one.
Kiana Daly's already shown that she can really shoot it from the outside, but when she sees an open lane like this, she's going right to the basket.
And that's really what Coach Gasquet likes to see. She wants her team to attack the basket because good things can happen. We just saw one of them.
Kiana Daly came in here averaging almost 11 points a game.
And that rims out. And Nova just keeps pushing it. That was an ill-advised pass there by Anna Walker. Here's Amy Hart taking it all the way.
Wow, she has a very, very strong handle on the ball. She dribbled that ball lefty all the way up the sideline and went straight to the rack. That's an impressive play by Amy Hart.
Again, she's a transfer from Howard Community College. She sat out last year to earn some money to afford to go to college. Because keep in mind, when you play at Montgomery College, it's Division III NJCAA. There is no financial aid. These kids are playing for the love of the game. They are playing for the love of the game. Nice drive there by number 4, Jasmine Orsted.
That was a nice take. She went right around Megan Tillman. I think Megan's a little winded out there too, because usually Megan's going to get some body at least on that drive, and she kind of went by Megan. Nice take.
Well, we should talk some social media. What do you think?
I'd say so.
We have lots of social media options here at Montgomery College, and one of them is Twitter. If you want to stay on what's happening, on top of what's happening with the Raptors, you want to follow MC Raptors Athletics on Twitter at twitter.com/MC_Raptors. That's twitter.com/MC_Raptors. There we see the men's soccer team. They're holding up their region and district championship trophy. They finished 4th in the country, and a great group of young men.
Coach Pedro Braz has really built a national contender. Speaking of Twitter, I saw some of the players they actually lost to Suffolk in the national tournament. Some of the players on Suffolk were tweeting about how happy they were to have beaten the big bad Montgomery College Raptors. Now, sure, it was a heartbreaking loss. A lot of people thought that MC was going to win the national championship, but to see that they actually had a target on their backs because of that program is so impressive. They led the nation in scoring. Some of the soccer scores that we saw coming out of Pedro Braz's team this year were just unbelievable. So you can catch things like that on Twitter. You can catch right now immediate action by the second, and of course you can catch all of our at hashtag MC_Raptors, and you can catch all of our action on that Twitter feed. It's really great, and there's a lot of people retweeting our MC stuff, and it's the now social media.
Nice pass from Saccone to Cunningham for the hoop. 74-52 Raptors with 4:44 to go in the game.
That's how you break a press.
But back to soccer for just a quick second. They did lose to Suffolk, Of course, it was the number 2 team, Raptors, versus number 3, Suffolk. It was like a heavyweight bout. I was there. It was a very tense, hard-fought game. And like Pedro Braz said after the game, the always gracious Pedro Braz, he said, listen, it was a great game. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. Unfortunately, we came out on the short end.
You had an interview just minutes that he hadn't even come off the field into the locker room at that point. And you're right. I mean, he was smiling, and he's played a lot of soccer in his life. He went to University of New Hampshire. He played international soccer. He's seen tough games like this. But when you see the Raptors, when that final buzzer sounded, just dropped to the ground, sort of in disbelief that this amazing dream run that they went on was over. You had to feel for the players, but when you hear Coach Braz talk, it sort of takes some of that pressure off the players. I'm sure he went in there and said, hey, guys, you know what? I've been here. Somebody's got to lose, but he must have congratulated his guys because that was one of the greatest soccer seasons in the history of Montgomery College.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So we've got 4:09 to go in the ballgame. Angelica Saccone on the line. She's a sophomore, co-captain, Walt Whitman High School. Smart player, energetic player, physical player. Boy, I mean, she gets knocked down, she gets right back up. Saw that happen at Nationals last year. And Nova hanging tough. Again, I'm going to tell you, Wayne Vincent has got to be happy with his team. Nice pass. Oh, it was a great look there by Megan Tillman.
Yeah, Megan found Nicole on a little alley-oop. But that's, again, a nice press-breaking pass.
And they call a walk on Anna Walker. 74-54.
We got Ashley Ladder into the game now. She's a 3-sport star. She's the star goalkeeper for the MC women's soccer team. She plays outfield on the softball team, and this is her second year playing for the Raptors basketball team. And as the crowd erupted, you can hear them now chanting Ashley. She is a crowd and Montgomery College favorite.
Oh, the kids love her, and of course that's the soccer teams over there hooping it up. Ashley Ladder, one of the nicest young women you'll ever want to meet, and you're right, a 3-sport star. And the starting goalkeeper for the women's soccer team each of the last 2 years. And a tough little player, too, I want to tell you that.
She is very tough.
I mean, she just finished playing soccer a couple of weeks ago, and now she's out here playing basketball.
I'll tell you what, if Coach Gasquet needs somebody to come in and give up a couple of fouls, I bet she calls on number 10.
Oh, yeah. Megan Tillman trying to break the press. Ooh. Up, Cunningham retains possession. Nice pass to Amy Hart. Good instincts there by Nicole Cunningham.
Yep. There's that lefty, Amy Hart, again. She's very fast.
They've got good speed this year. They've got more height. Coach Gasquet feels they're going to be a quicker team, a more athletic team. And I'd have to say, from what we're seeing tonight, that's going to be true.
She's gonna have to find the right combination on given nights as well. And there's a lot of basketball to be played, so that's going to change over time. There's going to be some combinations that are going to show up in February. But she's got a lot of tools to work with here. But it's going to be up to her. And you give Coach Gasquet some talent. She's already shown what she can do.
76-56 as Kiana Daly going to the line. And do we have a timeout or not? I'm not sure. Northern Virginia is around their bench. I guess Montgomery College is just not choosing to meet. Daly with 17 points now for Montgomery College. She and Rankin both with 17. And Nicole Cunningham has 14. Those are the 3 leading scorers. Jabria Smith 7, Megan Tillman 12. Once again, our ace statistician over here, Evan Brown, keeping us right on point.
Yeah, we need guys like Evan Brown handing us stats. I mean, that makes us look good.
It does. It makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that Brown, that's a familiar last name.
You know, it's a common name.
That's actually, for anybody that doesn't know, that is Michael Brown's esteemed son, Evan Brown.
He's here helping us out tonight.
So if you call out sick one night, does that mean Evan has to step in?
He would gladly do that. There's the feed into Raven, and she puts it in.
Nice turnaround, Raven Jones. That's another good player.
He's got some players. He just needs a few more numbers.
Yeah, you know what? He wasn't playing with you when he said he felt real good about his team.
It's a 30-second timeout on the floor with Montgomery College up by 19, 77-58. And, you know, you wonder how happy is Coach G about this game?
Well, there's some things that I think she needs to work on. Yes, the threes started to rain, as we saw. But still working the ball inside to Nicole Cunningham is still a challenge. They need to get they need to improve their entry passes. She needs to improve her positioning on the blocks because that's going to be real important, because as teams start to know that you're a heck of a three-point shooting team, and they've proven not just 1, 2, or 3 players, there's 4 players out there that can shoot the three. They're going to come out. They're going to start playing some serious man-to-man out on our shooters, and that's going to leave Nicole Cunningham down on the blocks with somebody probably not her size or her talent level, but you got to get her the ball. Oh, now that's a nice shot. These are fans right here.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Because I tell you, our teams deserve this kind of support every game.
Now this is MC community at its finest.
This is great. This is great. I know the players are loving it. I know the coaches appreciate it. This is building the Montgomery College town is what we're doing.
Another thing I think that Coach Gasque is going to work on is breaking the press. Now, sure, they just showed, and Nova showed flashes of the press. They can't press all game. Some teams are going to want to press all game. There's going to be teams with a bench as deep as MC, and they're going to press, press, press. I don't know if they've been super effective breaking the press tonight.
No, I think that's an area that I've identified as something they've definitely got to work on.
Jabria's gotten ahead of herself a couple of times. But the talent level for Jabria is obviously there. The speed is there. But you can't really break a press with the dribble all the time. You're going to get in a lot of trouble when you try to do that.
There's Ashley Ladder. Ooh, just off the iron. No good. Amy Hart, nice rebound, goes up, and she's hacked.
The fans want Ashley Ladder to get in the box score.
And Zahara Sani is in for Montgomery College, number 55. This is her first time into the ball game as well. Tristan Sparks back in too. Zahara Sani is a freshman from Paint Branch High School, number 55.
She's another tall, lanky, athletic player that coach can put in there to take some space, to crash the boards.
And Coach G was talking to me about Zahara, and she said this is another player that sort of reminds her of Capria. She's around 6 feet tall, very fast, handles the ball well for someone her size, and can play in or out. And, of course, she's just a freshman, so you've got 2 full years with her.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought Hart was a lefty. She uses both hands really well. Yeah, so she tricked me. I think that's a good thing.
Oh, that's a real good thing. Makes her second foul shot. 1:40 to go in the ball game. And you know, Marcus, you better start putting your thinking cap on, because it's getting to be that time where we got to think about who's our player of the game. Just give it some thought.
I thought you were going to say there was a test after this game. I didn't prepare.
Well, that is the test.
Well,
the test for you, my friend,
if that's the test, I think that my answer is going to be, and I think my answer might want to be Daly. It might want to be Cunningham, but I think I'm going to have to go with Rankin as the player of the game.
Audrey Rankin, there we see her
really
on the bench.
Heated up from the outside.
And I really think her string of threes in the first half just kind of turned things around.
It really did. They wanted to relax in the zone. As we saw, Daly brought them out of it a little bit. But you also need another shooter to come off the bench if they're going to come running out on Daly. And Rankin was there knocking down threes. So, yeah, she was a big spark. And she's got great art on the right side of her shoulder there. Nice tattoo.
Boy, that's very artistic. And there we see one of those threes. She has 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Nice night.
And what's more important about her game tonight is that she hasn't showed up in the box score because of injuries. So now she's here, and it's like, well, hello, other teams in the Maryland JUCO. Hello, other teams in the region. Here's another player that you're going to have to worry about.
Montgomery College just added another weapon to their arsenal with Audrey Rankin.
And that gives Coach Gasquet more problems. Do you start Rankin? Do you start Daly? We saw McKillary start tonight. So there's all these combinations that she's going to have to work with, but that's definitely a good problem to have.
That's an embarrassment of riches.
That is.
You know, when you think about how the team ended last year with only 7 healthy players, they went to nationals with only 7 healthy players, and then a couple of them got sick. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
She's not going to have that problem this year. Knock on wood, injuries can always happen. But there are so many players that can come in and out.
And our statistician, Evan Brown, has just pointed out that there are just 4 players on the court right now for Northern Virginia.
Wow. Well, when we talked about it in the open, Coach Vincent only had 6 players, and it could happen like that. You don't often see it, but right now, like you said, Evan Brown, way to point it out. Michael and I are here jibber-jabbering about our players, and there's 4 players out on the court for Nova.
Well, that's foul trouble. That's what caused that.
Yep, and
you had 2 players foul out.
And this is another thing that I'm sure Coach Vincent is gonna use. We came down there and we ended up with 4 players, and we still respected our program.
78-63.
It's a 15-point game, and Nova is playing with 4 players right now. I mean, if you would have asked me that, if there's going to be 4 players on the Nova bench, I said it would be a 53-point game, not a 15-point game.
33 seconds to go in the game. Montgomery College well in front. And right after this game, we're going to get a chance to talk to their head coach, Tarla Gasquet. As the clock is winding down. There's a shot, no good.
Nice ball movement by Nova.
They've moved the ball well all night. I've been impressed with that. Oh, Ashley has her shot blocked. There's Kiana Daly from the top of the key, and it's good. Wow. Boy, she is a shooter.
She's going to say, who's the player of the game?
Yeah. Wham.
Wow, that is rotation at its finest off the fingertips with that basketball.
Little smile on her face. She knows that was a fine one. Yeah, she would be player of the game 1A, I would think.
I think you're right.
It was definitely a toss-up between her and Audrey Rankin. And they both played a big part. That's 21 points for Kiana Daly, by the way. 21 points and 5 rebounds. The good numbers.
Well, MC came in averaging 76 points a game. They've passed that. They're shooting 39% coming in. They were shooting 40% from 3. So, it's no mystery that they can shoot the 3, and they proved it tonight.
2 seconds to go in the ball game. And Anna Walker makes them both. And that is the end of the ball game. And Montgomery College comes out on top, 81-65. Big win for Montgomery College. And stick with us. We're going to come right back after a quick break for a recap and then a post-game interview with Tarla Gasquet, the head coach of Montgomery College. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun. Awesome.
Perfect. Inspirational.
Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excelling.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity. Fun.
Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, over 130 programs of study. Nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. Register today.
Some birds of prey further out west, when they usually their prey item would be lizards, and they will actually impale the head of the lizard onto something sharp, and in modern times that would be barbed wire. And if you're walking along barbed wire, you might see a decaying head of some lizard that had been impaled by that bird of prey in order to consume it.
Welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, where once again our final score, the Montgomery College Raptors 81, Northern Virginia 65, and Marcus and I are pleased to welcome in Tarla Gasquet, the head coach of the Montgomery College Raptors. Coach, congratulations on a big win on a real exciting night here at Montgomery College.
Yes, it was. Thanks a lot.
Coach, talk about this game tonight. There was a lot of hoopla, as you saw. There's a lot of people in the stands. There's a Raptor running around. There's logos on the walls. But Nova came to play tonight. I bet you were happy to see that, and maybe you're not happy that you're down 9 in the beginning of the game, but there were some teaching moments in the beginning of the game.
Yes, there were, and I knew that Nova was going to be up. They have a good coach, and I know he saw the situation and knew what was happening. And I'm glad that we had a challenge, because the girls need to know how to step up in that situation.
Well, that's for sure. Now, one thing that we noticed was, I don't know how often you faced the press so far. You know, we're early in the season. How did you think your team handled the press tonight?
Well, for the most part, okay. We've been facing the press just about every game that we've played so far. There were some lapses in that people get comfortable. And I think that's what happened when we turned the ball over a couple of times there. They stopped following the routine of what we said to do, but we've pretty much been pressed just about every game. They've now introduced a 10-second clock backcourt for women's basketball, so a lot of coaches are going to that, hoping that it can stall when they're in trouble.
Yeah, that's a good point. The 10-second rule is different. Talk to us a little bit about our player of the game, Audrey Rankin. She obviously hasn't shown up in the box score this year because of injuries.
Correct.
But there was a secret weapon out there that you actually told Michael that how much you liked her
Yes,
game.
yes.
But she can flat out shoot the basketball.
Yes,
so
she can.
when you put her with Daly, I mean, that's some three-pointers raining down. Talk to us a little bit about Audrey Rankin.
Yes, I'm happy to have Audrey back. Audrey started out in the preseason with an ankle injury. Well, she's actually had it in high school, and we've been doing a lot of strengthening of the ankle. And then she re-injured it right before our very first game. So it's been a struggle kind of getting her back and then getting her win back. Last weekend, she was healthier, but still not in shape. And now with a couple of practices and games under her, she's ready to go. And I'm so happy for her, because she needed a big game.
Well, she gave us a big game tonight, so did Kiana Daly. So did Nicole Cunningham, who's starting to look a lot better.
Yes.
So you've got a lot of weapons this year. I know it's exciting for you.
It is, because usually we have Angelica, who does a whole lot for us on the court. Tonight she was just off. We couldn't figure out what was going on. But that's why I like a strong team and a team that has some depth, because when somebody's not doing something and not playing the way they normally play, then I got somebody else I can go to on the bench. So that's great.
Well, congratulations once again. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate your time, and another big win. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday when you play Howard. We'll be there.
Great. Thanks a lot.
So once again, from the Rockville campus of Montgomery College, our final score, the Montgomery College Raptors 81, Northern Virginia 65. We're going to take a brief break, and then we'll be right back with Game 2 of our doubleheader, the Montgomery College men taking on the Nova men. You're watching Montgomery College basketball on MCTV.
One word to describe Montgomery College: awesome.
Interesting.
Fun. Awesome.
Perfect. Inspirational.
Spectacular.
Family.
Nice.
Diverse.
Excelling.
Surprising. Perfect.
Opportunity. Fun. Great.
Exhausting.
Inspiring.
Flexible.
Excellent.
Awesome.
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 No matter where you're headed, no matter what your age, you'll find it all here at Montgomery College. Small class sizes, flexible scheduling, over 130 programs of study, award-winning faculty, nationally ranked NJCAA athletics. The possibilities are endless at Montgomery College. Register today. Winter session classes begin January 6th.
So birds of prey come in lots of different sizes. You have fairly small birds of prey, and you also have quite large ones. And what often happens is many times the large ones will harass the smaller ones after they have caught some prey. So a smaller raptor might be trying to carry their catch to a safe feeding spot, and a larger bird of prey will start harassing that bird in the air. And in order to save itself, it will drop its catch in order to escape, and then that larger bird of prey can catch that, can catch the prey item in midair and carry it off itself to consume. So there's a lot of antics between these carnivores fighting over the catch of the day.